morning, good morning. Lord Jesus, good morning. Hey, Castro. Well, today, a year ago today, a man by the name of Botham Jean was killed by an off-duty police officer by the name of Amber Guyger. Amber Guyger's trial begins today. The attorney for Botham Jean himself is pleading the case as to how can anyone, off-duty cop or not, walk past 16 doors and also be on the wrong floor and claim that this is their apartment. Walk in someone else's apartment and kill them in cold blood and then say, I effed up. You don't call paramedics. You call dispatch and tell them you're more worried about your job than this man's life. Hey, Shauna Lynn Boo. Now, the defense for Amber Guyger. Hey, Indigo. The defense for Amber Guyger, they brought up tunnel vision. They brought the fact that she was a cop up. They also brought up the fact that she had, what they call it? Tunnel vision. And then when I little something like this here, Miss Guyger has a key fob, and you take the key fob and you put it towards the door, and the door opens. That right there rung a bell in my head. All them key fobs are different. Like, each key fob has a specific code for a certain door. Okay, we're gonna come back to that. And if somebody's door just automatically opens 9 times out of 10, that should tell you this is not my house. But moving along with the defense attorney for Amber Guyger, the defense attorney for Amber Guyger said she had tunnel vision. She had just gotten off from work, and she see this big, tall man in her house. I'm not saying my client went there to the wrong apartment to intentionally shoot this man, but she did what any self-respecting cop would have done. I said, what? You gotta be shitting. Anything any self-respecting cop would have done? Child. Drunk people can find their way home. Nurses who work 24-hour shifts can find their way home. Men who work at a plant for 2 and 3 days at a time with no sleep can find their way home. Y'all, no shade, no tea. Think about it now. Think about it. Think about that Somalian cop who killed that woman and used the quote verbatim, I feared for my life. And they put him in jail. Think about them 2 cops from Marksville, Louisiana, who was chasing a man, and the man had his son in there, and the son ended up getting killed because of his father's negligence. Those 2 black cops are in jail. Y'all noticing the pattern here? And Diva D, you right. The fraternal order of police gonna get behind this girl. They're gonna either give her acquittal or they're gonna give her a short-lived bid of 2 to 3 years. The I fear for my life quote only work for certain things, if you catch my drift. This is gonna be George Zimmerman Part 2, the female version. And the sad part about this whole ordeal, this whole situation, she just gonna get hired. She just gonna get hired at another police station. Diva D like, yeah, his mama may not go for that, but you know the fraternal order of police, they gonna make sure she protected in some way, shape, form, or another. They gonna make sure that. And keep in mind, guess what? The trial is being held in Dallas. Hey, Queen Louis. The trial is being held in Dallas. So you just know she might walk. She might run out that courthouse. Let that have been, let both of them would have been a cop. And he walked into her apartment thinking it was his and shot her. There would have been no trial. He'd have been in jail till his trial date. There would have been no bond. Good morning, allegedly. There would have been no bond for him until trial date when he got arraigned and all that. She sat out of jail for a year straight. For a year straight, this woman sat out of jail. But if the shoe's on the other foot and the people I just named, they used the I Feel for My Life campaign, and these were black cops. They either got, well, they got fired and they in jail. I think the man, the Somalian man, last name is Noor, Noor. He shot an Australian woman, and he's in jail right now. The two cops from Marksville, Louisiana, they shot up a car because of the daddy. Didn't know the daddy had the son in there. They were black. They in jail. On and on and on and on and on. Y'all not noticing the pattern here? If it looked like a duck and it quack like a duck, what does they tell you? Weston Alex, I don't know where she stayed at. They keeping her protected. Well, from all the evidence I gathered, Diva D, this is one case I couldn't forget about. I couldn't forget about this. But so far from what I gathered, Amber had supposedly made a complaint against both of them about noise. The whole thing about them supposing to be lovers, this, that, and the other, that was debunked already. That been debunked way before this case even started. And the girl who recorded, allegedly, yes, but the girl who recorded Amber Guyger's whole conversation, how she went there and executed him, I'm going to call it an execution. The girl who did it, who was staying downstairs from both of them, she's been retaliated against by the police because of this, and her job fired her. I knew it was something I was going to forget before I got to the meat and potatoes of this. Yeah, Dallas Police Department and everybody retaliated against her. The girl who had the key piece of evidence. Diva D. Do you remember what's the Philip Scott the Advice show? Well, now his channel is called African Dysphoria. Go on there and I'm gonna find it. I'm gonna post it on my community tab. But yes, her job let her go. The police have been digging in her background. They tried to arrest her for some of everything. The wrench, I'm going by what all of I collected. They said there was nothing, before this trial started, they said nothing about intimate texts. And the girl who got fired from her job said there was nothing like that. The first thing was a noise complaint. As a matter of fact, let me put on some boxes and go get my iPad. Hold up, wait. What's up, Laser? All right. Okay, DVD. Now you know what I'm talking about. So, if you stay over somebody, how you get off on the wrong floor, claim this apartment yours, kill this man, then claim, ooh, I fucked up. Let me call dispatch so I can get my shit together. Diva D. That's why I don't believe these intimate text messages bit. That boy mama is from St. Lucia. Come on now. Come on. All right, I found the channel.
Smart Baton Rouge business travelers travel.
Videos. I gotta go all the way up. You're back. Because we not gonna let this narrative get spent. One month, 2 months. I don't care about Steve Harvey going to Ghana. I don't care about none of this here. I need to get to the boat for the John case that Philip Scott was covering. Okay, this one of them.
They released a 911 call in the Both and John shooting. Now, you hear Amber Guyger on the line letting the dispatcher know exactly what's going on. Now, this particular case, if you don't remember, Both and John was in his apartment, not bothering anyone, and Amber Guyger, the former Dallas police officer, went inside his apartment claiming she thought she was in hers, saw him there, pulled a gun, and shot him, ended up killing his brother. But I want you to listen to exactly what's being said, but I just want to warn you in case you're in a doctor's office or somewhere where, language would be an issue, to either turn it down or put your headphones on because she used some colorful language in this 911 call. Let's go ahead and look.
Good afternoon. Just 911, this is Carla. Where's your emergency? Hi, this is off-duty officer. Can I get, I need email, on in number? police this morning, just EMS? Yes, I need both. Okay, what's the address? I'm at apartment number 1478. I'm at 1478. And what's the address there? It's 1210 South Lamar, 1478. Yeah. What's going on? I'm an off-duty officer. I thought it was at my apartment, and I shot a guy thinking it was my apartment. He shot someone? Yes, I thought it was my apartment. Oh my God. I'm sorry. Okay, and where are you at right now? I'm in, what do you mean? I'm inside the apartment with him. Come on, what's your name? I'm Amber Guyger. I need to get me, I'm in. Okay, we have help on the way. I know, but I'm gonna lose my dog. I thought it was my apartment. Okay, amen. Hold on. Okay, stay with me, okay? I need supervisor. Hey, bud. Hey, bud. Hey, bud. No, I don't. Fuck. I thought it was my apartment. I understand, but we have help. I thought it was my apartment. Hurry, please. They're on my way. I thought it was my apartment. I just want to park on the third floor.
And I found the video. I just found the video of the girl who got fired from her job because the police was fucking with her.
It was my apartment. It was my apartment.
Her name is Bunny.
Every day is a collection of seconds waiting.
So back in September 2018, we heard of a case out of Dallas where you had a brother by the name of Botham John, and he was killed by a Dallas police officer and everything. So we're talking about it today. But you're the actual shot. How did you get the video?
I did hear the actual shot, and that's what prompted me to go outside and actually start recording the video. I heard everything prior to some things I'm not at liberty to speak about, but I did hear the actual gunshots, and I heard a male's voice say,
Now this is Botham John's neighbor.
and that's when I went outside. My video actually started about 60 seconds after the actual shooting took place.
In your estimation, how many shots you heard?
Two.
2 shots.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so let's talk about the Southside Flats apartments. So Botham John, was he on the 4th floor?
He's on the 4th floor.
And then Amber Guyger, she lives on the 3rd floor at the time.
That's correct.
Okay. So is there any way, shape, form, or even possible for her to confuse his apartment with her apartment?
No, I wouldn't see how. The elevator, the garage, the hallways, everything is marked with what floor you're on. And had she had come from the garage, she would have had to walk down 2 pretty long hallways to get to his door. So she would have passed plenty of indication to let her know she was on the 4th floor.
Okay. It was also stated that when it initially happened, that she stated that she saw the door kind of ajar. Could those doors be ajar for any reason?
No, the doors close automatically. They're firefighter doors. They close as soon
Now y'all pay attention. Pay attention to everything this girl is saying.
as you release them. I've never had the door over there stay open at all.
Now, have you seen Amber Guyger at all prior to this incident?
No, I had never seen him before.
What about both of John?
I've seen him in passing, yeah.
You seen him? Did you speak to him here and there?
Just hi, how are you type of deal. I never had a real conversation with him.
But based on your interaction, does he seem like a good guy?
Yeah, he was very, very friendly. He always seemed, when I did see him in passing, he seemed to have good energy about himself and be in good spirit.
So after you heard the shots, you saw her going back and forth at the time period. Was she calling 911? Who was she talking to?
From what I could hear, it did not sound like she was making a police call. It sounded like a personal call. It was just a lot of crying, a lot of hysterics. She was just pacing back and forth for at least 7 minutes, according to my video, at least 7 minutes. And she was on the phone crying. It didn't sound like, from what I could hear, it didn't sound like she was calling the police.
So, did you think that she was crying because, oh shoot, or do you think she was crying because she felt she made a mistake?
Honestly, I don't know. I felt like she was just extremely emotional, is what I got from it. She just seemed very hysterical.
Did she, in the process of the phone conversation, did she mention anything that she was trying to render aid?
No, I never verbally heard her mention that, and like I said, I physically seen her walking back and forth, so she wasn't rendering aid.
Okay, so all the police and medical personnel arrived. What was the initial conversation that you heard when they arrived?
I heard them kind of pull her to the side and say, "You're doing too much." I did hear another police officer take her cell phone from her. And I know that they took her back over to the actual scene where I'm assuming his body was laying. They did not remove her from the scene. And that's pretty much what I heard when the police arrived.
So after everything ended, you had this video. I mean, what was your mindset when you saw this video? Like, I know you watched it a couple times.
I did, and I actually didn't take the video with any, I didn't plan on uploading it at all. I actually didn't upload the video for 2 days until after the actual shooting. The next day, I'm looking on the news, looking on social media, trying to figure out what was going on. And I see a conflict in the story. I see that what she was saying was completely contradicting to what I had seen. So that's when I made the decision to go ahead and upload the video. I was hesitant. I didn't want that attention on myself, but I kind of felt compelled to do something. So I went ahead and uploaded the video just because I knew what was on my video was contradicting to what she was saying happened.
So once you uploaded the video, it's up on social media. Who's the first person to start contacting you when it went viral?
A lot of people, a lot of celebrities contacted me. Every news station I can think of contacted me. A lot of people contacted me claiming to be both of them either classmates or cousin or somebody. And I actually was able to get in contact with a legitimate cousin of his. She put me in contact with Allison, Bolton's mother. She put me in contact.
Good morning, Muffy baby.
And then I was able to kind of get my information over into the right hands.
Okay, so all the media outlets that start contacting you, was it local and then also national outlets?
Yes, both. Mm-hmm.
Now, what was the overall theme from the local media and also the national? I mean, did they just want to know information, or they were trying to put words in your mouth? I mean, what was their overall theme?
They all wanted permission to use my video, first and foremost. The majority of them wanted to speak with me. They wanted to do interviews with me. And I actually did do one interview, only under the basis that I would be able to view the interview before they were able to publicize it. They actually chopped up my words a little bit in the interview. They mixed stuff up. They kind of made it seem like I was sympathizing with Amber, saying that she was hysterical and she regretted they kind of made it look like I was defending her. So I did not give them permission to go ahead and air the interview. And after that, I didn't speak with anybody else.
So when you viewed that interview, you took time out to try to share the story. How did you feel once you was watching them literally propagandize, a very, very serious event that you witnessed?
I knew from that moment that I should not speak with anybody else. I knew how they were trying to play this. They were trying to use me as a piece to the puzzle to try to justify what she did. Me being the only witness that was willing to come forward. They wanted me to be on her side. And that made I just shut down completely. I didn't speak to nobody else. I didn't take any more calls, no interviews or anything like that.
So after that, you shut down the media, which is a wise decision. In this space that we're talking today, that, there's a lot of propaganda against our community coming from those outlets. We call it the white media because they are literally towing the line of white supremacy. And we need to, speak to our community about these issues. So after all of that happened, when did the police, Texas Rangers, etc., start coming to speak to you?
The very next day, and they came consistently every day for at least 2 weeks straight.
Okay, now you say consistently. You say once a day, twice a day.
Once a day. Once a day, every day for about 2 weeks.
Did they ever tell you that you maybe help them with the investigation? What were they asking?
Yeah, they told me that they would appreciate my help within the investigation since I did witness more than others. They wanted to know what I witnessed, where I was standing, where I took the video from, what I heard, both before and after the shots. And I did speak with the DA. I did hand over my video to the DA. But once it just got very repetitive, they started asking me the same questions every single day. And that kind of made me feel like they were trying to get me to change my story or try to, set me up in a negative light. So I just completely stopped talking to them as well.
So when you felt like you wanted to stop talking to them, was it because you were starting to feel criminalized?
Yes. I couldn't understand, I couldn't make sense of it, why they wanted to have the exact same conversation every single day. And I did get a feeling like they were trying to get me to give a different answer. They were trying to pressure me to say something that I said differently yesterday. And at that point, I just discontinued any type of communication with them.
Now, outside of the local police, and also I know the Texas Rangers got involved. Did it get even higher than Texas Rangers?
Yes, the DA, and also I was visited by the feds as well. I asked them why they wanted to speak with me. They weren't able to tell me why. They weren't able to tell me whose orders that they were following to come speak with me. So I didn't communicate with them at all.
Because when you say feds, what organization the federal government visits you?
But as a businessman, Rasponi's been sued time and again for failing to pay employees and refusing.
Oh no, come back.
I know many people have watched the interview on this channel. We interviewed Bunny. Now, she is the sister that recorded the video right after Amber Guyger had shot both of them.
Tell me whose orders that they were following to come speak with me. So I didn't communicate with them at all.
Because when you say feds, what organization the federal government visits you?
That's another reason I didn't speak with them. They just told me that they were the feds. That's literally what they said to me. And
Cash
I knew
App,
at that
dollar
point,
sign,
you can't even tell
Neptarian,
me, what
submerged.
branch you're working for. I'm not speaking with you.
Okay, so they didn't
But y'all
identify
pay
themselves
attention
as
to
Federal Bureau of
this.
Investigation, Homeland Security, nothing. They just said, I'm the feds.
Yep.
Now, and how did they show up in your home? How were they dressed?
They had on suits. They had on black business suits. They denied me any business cards. They denied me any. They didn't. The one gentleman did give me his first name. They wouldn't tell me their last names. They didn't have any information.
Well, wouldn't that be real strange to say you do an investigation, you don't know who these men are, they don't give you a business card, they don't give you anything. How do you know they were actually feds?
That's just what they said, and that's why I did not speak with them.
Okay, so they harassed you basically for you stayed about 30 days?
Yes, yeah.
Okay, so after all that happened, how did your personal life go, like with your employment, etc.?
Well, people within the community, I guess, found out where I was employed at, and they started harassing the company. They were posting to my company's Facebook page, calling, emailing the corporate office, telling them I'm a radical, I'm anti-police, I'm a black extremist, all this type of stuff. And my employer actually fired me for that. I threatened to go to the media over it, and they actually took it a step further and blacklisted my credentials. So my credentials are no longer valid in the state of Texas.
Okay, well, since they took that measure, let's talk about a few things. The people, and I'm using that very loosely, so-called people, they labeled you as a radical. Are you a radical?
I'm not a radical.
Are you a black extremist?
I'm not.
Not at all. Okay, so who do you feel these people are that called your company?
Oh, thank you
people
for that.
disagree with me uploading evidence against Amber.
Okay, so this company that did this to you, did they even hear like your side of the story?
They did. They gave me a chance to explain myself, and they simply told me they didn't want their company associated with a high-profile case. Because of that, they were letting me go.
Okay, so what's the name of this company?
I'm not giving up the name.
Okay, so Texas is an at-will state, so they unfortunately they can get away with that. So they blacklisted you. How did they blacklist you?
I actually got my credentials from this company while working for them. I also acquired credentials. I was working. It's a pharmaceutical company, so they were able to blacklist my credentials because they were the ones that issued
Thank
it to
you,
me.
Bayou K baby.
Okay, was your credentials through the state of Texas?
Yes.
Okay, is the kind of way you can appeal that?
I'm in the process of it, and that's why I couldn't give you the name of the company. I'm in the process of appealing that now.
Okay, so how did it hurt your income by blacklisting your credentials?
Well, tremendously. Getting fired, I mean, my income stopped coming in 100%. And then trying to get, other jobs, I don't have the credentials anymore. So I would either have to take way less pay, about half of what I was making.
Now, y'all, this is all because she recorded the shooting. She recorded the shooting of Botham Jean. She caught Amber Guyger's reaction. So, like, the court case that's going on now doesn't make any sense what Amber Guyger's defense attorney is saying. But I'm going to let y'all finish.
With my credentials, or I just have to go into a completely different field.
Now, as you're looking for jobs, people kind of recognizing your face a little bit due to them putting your information out there. Do you feel safe here?
No, not at all.
Did you have any incidents to say, I think I need to move around?
Only online. Online only. There's been a lot of, I guess, bullying, maybe harassment via Instagram, Facebook, stuff like that. I haven't had any physical incidents.
Okay, what did they say to you online?
Kind of the same things that I was telling you they were posting to my company. There were a few threats. I did get a few threats from people saying they weren't going to leave any witnesses behind, telling me I needed to watch my back and stuff like that.
Okay, and these are like troll accounts, or these are actual people accounts that did this?
I did my fair share of digging. A few of them are legitimate accounts, and a few of them were troll accounts as well.
Okay, so after you're dealing with harassment, felt like you're being criminalized for something you had nothing to do with at all, they found a way to take away your job, take away your credentials. They literally put you in a space like you killed Botham Jean. Mm-hmm. So explain to us just kind of like where you're at today with all this.
Today I'm just taking it one day at a time, just trying to deal with everything. In addition to losing my job over this, I'm also an entrepreneur. I had gotten to the point where I was generating income from Instagram with my clothing brand. They deleted my personal account where I initially uploaded the videos. A few days later, they deleted my business accounts as well, from both Instagram and Facebook. So I'm dealing with that. I'm trying to rebuild my followers back up with my business. And that's where I'm at today. I'm just in a state of rebuilding right now.
Okay, so Facebook, the Instagram, which is owned by Facebook, they decided just to take down your accounts.
Mm-hmm. And they sent me an email telling me that my posts were against the community guidelines. My business account, I don't understand that. It's a clothing brand. There's nothing posted on there except clothes. But they told me it was against their community guidelines, and they deleted the page.
Because based on what you told me, that clothes is not against the community guidelines. Were you selling like lingerie or something?
No, mostly T-shirts.
Okay, T-shirts. Did the T-shirts have any like curse words
No.
or? Okay, so
retaliation.
What it sounds like to me, there's retaliation because they have a direct link. Facebook do direct link with a lot of these law enforcement agencies, so they wanted to probably just harass you, and unfortunately, that way. So you have a website now, or how are you promoting your clothing line now?
I'm just trying to rebuild everything. I started from scratch. I also started randomly experiencing problems logging into the back end of my website during this time. So I deleted that website. I'm just starting from scratch right now. And no, my website is not back up yet.
Not back up yet.
Mm-hmm.
And from what I saw, you also had a GoFundMe.
I do. One of my ex-coworkers from the job that they let me go, my manager, she watched me go through all of this. She knew what was going on with me. She wanted to do something to help me out, so she actually started a GoFundMe for me. She's since then handed it over to me, but yes, she did start a GoFundMe for me.
Okay, so no matter what amount someone gives throughout the world, it goes directly to you, correct?
Yes, it does.
Okay, and the moment you get your clothing line site or whatever you want to, post it at, let us know, because we'd like to share it on our community tab, and because we want to do everything we can here to, people throughout the world, because we have a lot of people watching throughout the world, could also purchase.
Now, all right, y'all. Y'all heard her. Her name is Bunny. That's what she goes by. Her name is Bunny. And Bayou K, yes, you're right. Systemic racism, harassment, and censorship played a big part in what happened to her. But now, remember everything what Bunny just said. Now listen to this. Y'all listen to this. Peep game.
Has style.
Peep game.
Who are you wearing?
It has laughs.
I am laughing right now. And I think it is, as you said. You want support only one day?
Testimony began today in the murder of the
Hey,
trial of
Ray
Amber
Black.
Guyger,
Now y'all
who
listen to
shot and
this.
killed Botham Jean last year in his apartment. Guyger was an off-duty Dallas police officer still in uniform when she killed John. She told police that she mistook John's apartment for her own that night and thought he was a burglar. Here is some of today's opening statements.
Listen.
Just like she fails to recognize that she's parked on the 4th floor. She then enters, she goes past a skyway that is also open right to her left and right, where she could look if she chose to, either side, and see, this isn't right. She either doesn't do that, or it doesn't register either. She has a key fob that will allow her access to anywhere in the apartment complex. She uses that to walk into the 4th floor hallway. She has to go down 2 very long hallways now in order to get to what she thinks is her apartment. But in fact, she's walking towards Bo. It's a long walk. For someone as young and fit as her, maybe a minute or 2. But a minute or 2 is actually a long time for you to keep on missing repeatedly obvious signs that something is not right. She walks past 16 different apartments and fails to register the number 4 on any single one of them. Next to the door at this apartment complex, there's a lighted sign. And on the lighted sign is the apartment number. It's a little bit different than most apartments. Everyone that I've lived in growing up, they always have the numbers on the door. But she lived there for 2 months. She knew where the apartment numbers were located. And she walked past 16 of those without recognizing. Well, maybe the explanation for that is she doesn't look straight ahead when she's walking. Maybe she looks down. All right? There are floor mat differences. Not major, but enough that you would notice that something isn't right. She then goes down the rest of the hallway, because then she turns left. And she's walking up on Bo's apartment, 1478. And this is the one I really want y'all to hear. Amber Guyger has no floor mat in front of her door. Amber Guyger has nothing but the concrete floor. Gray, concrete floor that looks like the rest of the floor. Botham Jean wanted his apartment to be very noticeable. And he took steps to make sure that happened. In front of Botham's apartment,
Bingo.
is this extremely obvious bright red floor mat. Right in front of his door. I want to reiterate. Amber Guyger had no floor mat. She walked right up and stepped on top of this as she entered and placed her key fob into the number of Botham Jean's home. To say that she was aware there was a red doormat and knowingly ignored it because she wanted to go into 1478 and shoot this man is preposterous.
No, it's not.
Amber Guyger was in autopilot. She got to the door and she put her key fob in, and in one motion, the door is opening. And it doesn't make sense because normally you have to turn the handle. And she's trying to process this as she's stepping into her apartment. And at the same time, I'm sure Mr. Jean is thinking, what is this person doing? Who is coming to my apartment? But she's thinking, oh my God, there's an intruder in my apartment. And she's
face to face with him. She's within 10 yards of him, and he starts approaching her. And she reacts like any police officer would who has a gun with confronting a burglary suspect. She's got tunnel vision. She's not looking around to see if her little table is there. She's not looking around to see any landmarks. She's not ascertaining any of this because she has tunnel vision. She's in her apartment. My God, there's a man in my apartment and he's big.
Now, does that make any sense to y'all? The wrench, that's the thing, it didn't. His door was already cracked open. So-called, hold up, wait.
Come on. She's got tunnels in my apartment, but the door is opening, and it doesn't. Amber Guyger was in autopilot. She got to the door, and she put her key fob in, and in one motion, the door is opening. And it doesn't make sense, because normally you have to turn the handle. And she's trying to process this as she's stepping into her.
The door was already open. So, Rich, where were you when I was playing the first interview? Ray, that's what I'm waiting on. See, you think about this like I'm thinking about it, because everybody up there like, oh, the key fobs work for everything. Really? So let's just say me, Wrench, and whoever else, we all lived in the building together. I'm gonna just use this as a scenario. And like, I was a cop. I got off on the wrong floor. And I stick my key fob to the door. If anybody lived in an apartment complex that had the car keys or the key fob, you knew it's gonna make a little beep noise or it's gonna vibrate or the little light on there gonna turn red. So that should let you know that that's not your place of residency. But if you take your key fob and touch that door and it open right before you can even touch it, and you hear some shit in there, common sense will tell you, look at the address. Look at what's in here. Oh, my bad. My bad. Let me go to my floor. Let me go to my floor where I belong. I fucked up, dog, and keep it moving. I'm not going to just walk in somebody's apartment, shoot them, then call dispatch and be like, I fucked up. I need to speak to my supervisor. Not trying to render aid to this man who I just shot. So I kind of agree with LaShonda and Diva D. Yup, Ray. Normal reaction, you gonna step back and look like, oh shit, bitch, wait, this not for me. But I agree with Diva D and Ray. Amber gonna walk. Amber is gonna walk. They're gonna try and say it was self-defense because her attorney argued about this big man. And y'all know anytime, oh God, I can't believe I'm having a conversation like this with y'all, and it's actually enjoyable. Y'all know anytime the police, district attorney, prosecutors, judges, when they see the words big burly black man or big tall black man or big black woman, you automatically are labeled as a threat to a police officer. Come on now, y'all, learn them keywords, learn them code words. But this is the thing with both of them. Both of them wasn't no troublemaker. I don't care what they found in his apartment. I really don't care what they found in his apartment. Baby, you could have found the Isles of Jamaica in his apartment. He was in his apartment. They talking about he had a gym bag and he had marijuana in his house. That's his house. Y'all try to create a whole smear campaign when y'all need to be smearing one of your own fellow police officers. She set him up. He told her to come over for some play, and he left the door cracked for her. Wrench, if you got proof of this, hit my community tab, post it, like do all that. Cause like I like to trade notes on cases like this. Ray Black, you right. Like, if that's the case, a lot of black people gonna be killed in their own house. See, that's why I refuse to move to an apartment complex. Like, no, no. Because I don't have to sleep with a baseball bat propped up against my door and a chair. Because, like, this is some scary, excuse my French, y'all, this is some scary crap. You're not even safe in your own home no more. Then you got prosecutors and the fraternal of police and the Dallas Police Department riding hard behind this girl. Boy. And if I'm not mistaken, isn't his mama the secretary of St. Lucia? Let me see. Let me see.
You want support relevant unfiltered?
Let's see. Both of Jean's mother. Oh, no. Wrong thing. Yep, she's a secretary in St. Lucia. She works for their government. Kay, come on now. You know this gonna be a cover up. Noor. Yeah, let me find him. Somali cop arrested. Mohammed Noor, guilty of third-degree murder of Justine Damon Rusnick. That's one black cop, black Somalian. Come on, y'all. Former Louisiana deputy marshal receives 40-year prison sentence for the shooting involving a 6-year-old. Keep in mind, this is another black man. Norris Greenhouse Jr. Bond and gag order. That's another one from Marksville. That's the other cop. And keep in mind, he's also black. And I was in fear of my life, though. Now, they had every right. Lord, I'm not taking up for the police, but them two right there, they had every right because the daddy came out busted and whatnot, refused to get out. But it don't work for them. But it's going to work for Amber. I'm telling y'all. I know I could be a bit dense, a bit loopy, I let my anger get the best of me. But this is my type of shit. This is my type of shit. Oh, come on. Thank you, Kay. Tunnel vision, so the lawyers say. She was a bad cop automatically because you're supposed to have appropriate vision as a cop. Okay, Wrench, like, a cop's supposed to be 360 with their vision. Well, if that happens, people won't be safe in their own. Ray, look back at what happened in Texas. The man and his wife that was gunned down because a so-called informant said they was dealing heroin out their house, and these people didn't sell drugs at all. It's already been gunned. People don't feel safe in their house. No shade, no tea. That's why a lot of people keep cameras outside and inside their house, just in case the police gotta come to their house. No shade, no tea. Let's keep it real. Let's keep it trill. Let's keep it 1,000. If something like that happened next door to you, wouldn't you install cameras in your house? Inside and out? And hide your server somewhere else so they don't steal that and put in the back of their police car? Come on now. Come on now. This court case gonna teach everybody a lot. Y'all thought Mike Brown, Trayvon Martin shook America? The Amber Guyger court case is gonna shake America off its rocker. What was that? That march? The Selma March, when the dogs was let loose on all the protesters, including Dr. King. This gonna be number 3 if it happened. Wake up, people. Wake up. Pay attention to this court case. Put all the fuck shit aside, like the beefing, the celebrity gossip. Put all that to the side and put your eye on this court case. Don't get me wrong, I love a little roast and a gag every once in a while, you know. I love to toss a little shade here. But this right here is going to have my attention until it's over. I just got this feeling she going to walk. And once... Bayou King, think about it. If I'm talking about it, no. If I'm talking about it, no. I'm trying to get it put out there so people can pay attention. But this girl gonna walk. This girl gonna walk. Because not enough people invested in it. There's gonna be outrage. People be like, oh, I should have did this, I should have said that. Wrench, no, I really don't think they were romantically involved. I really don't. That's why I said if you got any type of proof of that, post it on my community tab. I understand I go to bed early, so I probably have missed it, but I'm the first to rise. That's how I caught this court case. Oh, you're welcome, Bayou King. But this... Okay, Wrench, let's just say they allegedly were intimate. What reason would she have to kill him if they were intimate allegedly? Allegedly speaking, if they were, what grounds would she have to kill him? What would be her motive to kill him? That's how I'm thinking about this. What would be her motive? Because from the last time this started, jealousy, rejection, I could see that. Because the last time I heard, this was all over a noise complaint. Suspected cheating. So basically, almost like a woman scorned. Arguments. Almost like that cop who shot his wife in the head and he thought she died, but she survived, and he took all her clothes and put it in storage. Something like that. I'm going to show y'all I pay attention to a lot of things. See, that's what I was thinking, Kay. I was like, okay, if they not romantically involved or intimate on any level, the noise complaint was the thing that did it. Like, that was her grounds. For her to be like, you know what, I'm tired of this motherfucker. I'm a cop. I just got off. I can do what I want. I got the power right here and on my hip. And boom, boom, boom. She took out her noise complaint. She wasn't going to let the judicial system play its hands. She was judge, jury, and executioner. That's how I looked at it. Well, now I know. I'll never have no neighbors who's a cop. On side me, left or right, or above me or below me. Good morning, Trinice, baby. Trinice, you missed it. We are talking about the Botham Jean Amber Guyger court case. It started. Man. The only thing I can say, y'all, is like, pay attention to this trial like everybody paid attention to O.J. Simpson. Ray. Come on now, Ray. Think about, like, think about it, baby. I understand what you're saying while you say she knew what she meant to do. And, like, believe you me, I swear for God, she meant to kill that boy. Because this is what the prosecutor said. She walked past 16 doors to get to his apartment. And his apartment was the only one that stood out. Then she got off on the wrong floor. I'm going to reiterate this again here. Drunk people can find their way home. Even if they can't get out the car, they're going to sleep in their driveway. Drunk people could walk up the stairs and get to their house. So, like, she knew what she was doing. That's like you going to the wrong school and trying to check out your child. Where they do that at? Or that's like me going to my big job, going to my big job and going to the wrong office and prop my feet up on somebody else's desk and be like, what's cooking, good looking? No, ma'am. Ooh. Okay. Now watch. All these pro-black, anti-cop, they gonna start clashing on these YouTube streets. We surely not. All these pro-blacks and these anti-cops, they gonna start clashing on these YouTube streets talking shit. But, like, where were y'all when all the facts were being presented in real time? Which is why I played those two interviews. Well, I played one of the interviews for its entirety. I want y'all to hear what happened to this woman by the name of Bunny, because she's the one with the damaging evidence. And that's why I played the first half of the court case from this mountain of Amber Guyger, attorney, and Botham Jean's attorney. Wrench, it makes sense, but, like, okay, go back a year. Go back a year to the date when Botham was killed, okay? And do your research. Like, just pay attention. Just pay attention. There you go. Don't overthink, Wrench, but just think about it. Don't overthink it. Just think about it. Sometimes the most simplest answer is the best answer. Okay, King? Thank you. Y'all, that's like, okay, you buy something from Gucci, but you go in Louis Vuitton, and you cause a whole ruckus trying to turn in some Gucci into Louis Vuitton. The Wrench. No, like, no shade, but, like, you know how many people that's cops don't need to be cops and get off? Just saying. Just saying. So, like, she's just the first of many. Ray, baby, think about it, Ray. Think about it, Ray. FOP, Fraternal Order of Police, Police Union, and the police department. They gonna back her. And if she do get found guilty, it's gonna be on a lesser charge. Watch. She might get manslaughter. 2 to 8 years. And then give it, what, maybe a year. The Fraternal Order of Police, they're going to try and appeal that so she could come back to court and they could try and get the case, the charges dismissed or the case thrown out. There you go, Wrench. Manslaughter at the least. And they're going to try and give Botham's mom a payout just because she don't live in the country. She live in St. Lucia. So they're going to give her a payout, and Amber Guyger going to get another job as a police in another county over. Mark my words. Ooh, Lord. Don't talk about that on here then, baby. Don't jeopardize your case. Don't jeopardize your case. But Wrench, she gonna get manslaughter at the least. I say if she get manslaughter, 2 to 5. 2 to 5 at the least. A little light slap. Like, now girl, we gotta do this here. But we gonna come get you. Just sit tight. We gonna come get you. And she gonna have her what they call, she gonna have her pension. She gonna have all that. Watch. She gonna have all that. Cause what's that mayor name? The one who could talk like this here? We do everything we can in our power. We had the Texas Rangers come out. They're investigating. Say something. She give me, I want all my cops on the street, so we gonna make an example out of her. We gonna give her that light, then take her out and put her back on the street. Mark my words. Mark my words. Let's see what else they saying about the Amber Guyger case. Oh, wait. I'm doing it on there when I could do it on here. Give y'all some court cake cheese real quick. Oh. Come on. I don't watch football right now. I don't watch football. All right, Wrench. Ray, certain people you can't piss off. Remember that, baby. Certain people you can't piss off. That's all I'm gonna say. Now you think about that. I could do one even better. When a black person get in a position of power, they can't piss off them higher ups. That's better.
He's a legend, Bubby. Harlem's mine. I got soldiers. I got guns. I'm with it.
You want support? Relevant?
I call BS.
Police officer Wood, who has a gun, with confronting a burglary suspect. She's got tunnel vision. She's not looking around to see if her little table is there. She's not looking around to see any landmarks. She's not ascertaining any of this because she has tunnel vision. She's in her apartment. My God, there's a man in my apartment and he's big.
Come on. I call BS. Okay. It's insulting to the intelligence.
Right in front of his. She walked right up and stepped on top of this as she entered and placed her key fob into the deadbolt lock of both of John's home.
To say that she was aware there was a red doormat and knowingly ignored it because she wanted to go into 1478 and shoot this man is preposterous. Amber Guyger was an autopilot. She got to the door and she put her key fob in, and in one motion, the door is opening. And it doesn't make sense because normally you have to turn the handle. And she's trying to process this as she's stepping into her apartment. And at the same time, I'm sure Mr. John is thinking, what is this person doing? Who is coming to my apartment? But she's thinking, oh my God, there's an intruder in my apartment. and she's face to face with him. She's within 10 yards of him, and he starts approaching her. And she reacts like any police officer would who has a gun with confronting a burglary suspect. She's got tunnel vision. She's not looking around to see if her little table is there. She's not looking around to see any landmarks. She's not ascertaining any of this because she has tunnel vision. She's in her apartment. My God, there's a man in my apartment and he's big.
There's a man in my apartment and he's big. There's a man in my apartment and he's big. "16 doors, and never not once did it register to you, bitch, I'm on the wrong hall." His door wasn't completely closed. So like the whole part of the key fob working, that's a lie. I couldn't. That's a good question. That's a good question, Wrench. Now, hold up. Let's see. Wrench, you know how you sit in your house sometimes and like you want your, you don't have to lock your door until you're ready to go to bed. Like I do that sometimes. Like I will lock my downstairs door, but I leave my upstairs door unlocked until I'm ready to go to bed or I take a nap. Okay. Oh wow. They really scrubbed the internet. Okay, when the girl Bunny said she made a phone call and she texted her partner on the force after the shooting. I'm looking for his height and I can't find it. So Wrench, no, I don't. He was 6 foot, 187 pounds. That's not too bad. That's not too bad. But this is interesting. What CNN got up here. This is interesting. This is really interesting. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Y'all excuse me. Let me get off here. Let me do some research real quick. Cause between the TV, Roland Martin, and everything I just let y'all heard, Amber got a big ass hole in her story. But y'all give me about 2 hours. I'll be back.